Welcome to the Turtle Club. All right, everybody.
Oh, God.
Oh, my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
I just want to point out, they were screaming at me pre-show because I was so loud. They kept saying,
We weren't screaming at you.
You're so fucking loud. You're so fucking loud.
Just like
and then
We're starting.
Dude, we can hear you from the mainland.
This is how you want to start it.
Yeah.
This is how you want to start it. We probably have so many new listeners that you've already turned away, Michael.
Yeah, don't dump on 2013.
Hi, everyone. We're the Turtle Club Podcast. We pick a movie every year to watch once a week, and then we record it in monthly episodes to tell you how we're doing. The first year we did The Master of Disguise. Last year we did Kangaroo Jack, and we just started Tammy and the T-Rex.
Let's go.
Good practice run. Now, Eli, do the intro.
We should introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. My name is Eli. I'm the best one.
Okay.
Wow.
How many times have you seen it this year?
Oh, I've seen Tammy and the T-Rex twice.
Wow.
Okay. I'm Michael. I've seen it 2 times.
Oh, Alan.
I'm Alan. I'm the new guy, and I've seen it once.
Oh, man. Looks like me, Dave, the fan favorite of the podcast. I have seen this movie 3 times.
Dave, you were in the lead last year, and then you lost, so I don't know.
Yeah, you say lost. Remember how both years went? I do, too.
Yeah, well, I'm going for 100 again, so...
I'm pretty sure Dave won last year.
You got... what?
Dave
have
won the
never
fan
had
vote.
The most.
I won the fan vote.
Dave, you've never had the most. You had the least the first year, and then you had second most last year.
See,
And
I've had
I
the
was
fan
proudly
vote,
the
though.
least last year, by the way.
It's like the stars you get at the end of Mario Party. Those are the ones that count.
Yeah.
What?
That was nonsense.
The ones you can turn off?
I agree with Dave. The guy you can't turn off.
Yeah.
And can't help but turn me on.
For returning fans, Alan is the new guy. He is here permanently now. Get
Let's
fucking
go.
used to it.
I'm excited.
baby.
Yeah, listen, all those emails we got saying they
my
hated the
headphones.
decision.
Yeah, all those
They
haters.
hated the decision. They said, Alan sucks. You can go to hell, okay?
No, you guys,
We get it.
like-
Alan sounds like a sack of shit. He smells bad.
All
But...
y'all dopey ass haters out there, you can fuck right on off because I got a golden dove now. It's a real quote from Chris Brown.
Wait, what? What does that even fucking mean?
So you're welcome, everybody.
We do not support Chris Brown on this podcast.
Yeah,
So-
but we do
add
support
that, like-
dopey ass haters.
We
True,
are finally
true.
getting crypto representation on the podcast. Thank you, Alan.
Absolutely, dog.
Fuck it.
My pleasure.
Okay. What do we think of Tammy and the T-Rex, everybody?
I love this movie. I've loved
really
it for
like
years.
It's really funny. I regret knowing that I will say the exact fucking opposite at the end of the year, but it's funny now.
I loved the movie before this year, and I love it still. So,
Alan, you're the only one on here who has never seen it before this year. What were your thoughts?
I hated this movie.
oh my god,
I was watching it, and I've got
oh my god.
some stuff going on this year that will reveal in later months. But I was sitting here watching it yesterday because I waited to the last minute to watch it. And, man, I was just watching it like, I can't believe we're going to watch this movie all year. And I can't believe that you guys were like, yeah, it's a good movie. It's going to be a fun time this year. I was watching, I was like, this is a bad movie.
What about the scene? Hold on.
It's fun.
It's obviously bad, but it's fun. Listen, it's like a bad... Yeah, it's a bad
It's
horror
like someone's
movie.
home movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, Alan, you're pissing me off now, actually.
So did you
Listen.
enjoy it, or were you just bored?
You know, I was mostly just bored.
Wow.
You are crazy. This movie
honestly.
has insane shit happen in it every 2 to 3 minutes. Like,
It's an ADHD dream.
every scene has a moment where I'm like, what the fuck were they thinking?
Dude, the scene where they... spoilers. Paul Walker dies in this movie, and they cut his head open and take his brain out, dude. That's the fucking greatest scene in movie history.
Yeah, but what about the scene where they're like, the two guys are fighting each other on the school front lawn or whatever, and they grab each other's balls?
That's right. That's an opening of the
What
movie.
about it?
Exactly.
And he was wearing a cup the whole time. All right, let's go through. Let's actually walk through the plot.
Let's talk about the plot of this movie.
Let's talk plot.
The movie starts with probably our lead, Tammy, who is played by Denise Richards. Who's, I guess you could say maybe the T-Rex, who's played by Denise Richards, and she's a school cheerleader. Enters her new boyfriend, Michael, which is going to be incredibly annoying for me, because I'm gonna. Last year we did popcorn, and we're gonna do popcorn again, and they get into a fight. And, I'm sorry. Denise Richards, Tammy's ex-boyfriend, comes out and tries to fight Michael, Paul Walker, in front of the school. Popcorn, Eli.
All right, so then they grab each other's balls.
Yeah.
That's very important here.
And this is a fight. They are fighting, and a cop pulls up kind of out of nowhere. And goes, Billy, don't you know there's a restraining order against you in the school? But then they keep fighting by squeezing each other's balls. But then, Paul Walker's character isn't hurt, and they're like, "What, boy? You got no balls?" He's like, "I'm wearing a cup."
Mm-hmm. And then everyone laughs.
Yeah, everyone laughed. And then, also Tammy has a very blatantly homosexual friend. He's the gay black friend. I like him. I believe his name is Byron.
I think you're correct. Byron.
I think he's the best character in the movie. I don't want to be too jump the gun on that.
I'd give it
No.
But they have a conversation. They have a conversation. Michael and Byron do about oh man, why did she ever date that guy? And Byron's like, we all make mistakes. And Michael's like, yeah, that's true. And then a few different things happen. Tammy invites Michael over to make out in her bedroom, and she's like, "Oh, but park behind the house so no one can see you." So he goes to make out with Tammy. Popcorn Dave.
Oh shit. So real quick before we get back to the plot, I just wanted to call out Tammy's dad, who's a huge fucking bitch. That guy is a loser.
You don't get it, man.
Don't I? That dude just gets walked all over. Look, anyway, so Michael goes over to Tammy's house to go make out town, and then those two bitches drive up and fucking out him to that one dude who was like, I'm gonna kill you, man. I'm gonna kill you. And then he fucking
Dave is the worst at explaining the plot. Please popcorn to someone else.
And then he runs into the house.
Ex-boyfriend of Tammy.
Tammy's ex-boyfriend Billy comes over to the house and tries to beat up Michael.
Wait, you're not popcorned.
Dude, immediately comes the fuck in and then busts through the house and then knocks out everyone, and then Michael jumps out the window, and then popcorn Alan.
So Michael jumps out the window, and then they chase him down in their cars, and then they catch him and they beat him a little bit, throw him in the trunk of Billy's car.
The best line in the movie is there. I'm going to misquote it, but it's...
You are not popcorned.
All right, fine. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ.
I love rules.
All right, sorry. What?
Much more than I love Sicilians.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Where was I? What's going on? I'm so distracted.
He got beat up.
You are not popcorned.
You asked a question.
Will you calm down? Calm down. Can I finish?
So they stuff him in the trunk, and then they drive him to a cat sanctuary or a zoo. I have no idea where this is. And no, go ahead, Dave. You can talk.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So why is there just a lion walking around in the fucking woods and shit?
It's not. Okay. Oh my god.
I don't.
It's an animal sanctuary of some sort. I don't know.
It's a wild animal park. It's a wild animal park.
You are not popcorned.
All right. Thank you, Alan. You know what? Back to you, buddy. You got
Thank you, buddy. That's why you're the fan favorite, So they take him out of the trunk and they beat Michael with baseball bats, and they kick him. And then Billy asks him, "What would you do if you had all the power in the world to do anything you want to do?" What's up?
What if someone screwed your old lady and you had the power to do whatever you want to them?
Yeah, that's the line.
What would you do to that
That's a
fucker
weird
or
line.
something? It's so weird.
It's like I feel like it's longer than that. It's
He
like
runs out of breath. Like by the end of it, he's like, like, what would you do if someone screwed your old lady and you had the power to do whatever you wanted to that fucker?
And so then they leave him there, and a lion mauls him, and Popcorn Michael.
Okay, and then he's dead, and they take him to a hospital, obviously, and he's like in a comatose state. And for some reason, his like drunk like cousin or uncle or something is watching him or something, right?
Bob.
Drunkle.
Yeah, Uncle Bob.
Drunk Uncle Bob.
And we missed a scene. So going back a little bit, there's this mad scientist who has a robotic. There's this mad scientist
When
who
does
has
that even happen?
before the lion. There's a mad scientist who has an evil T-Rex not an evil T-Rex, a robotic T-Rex that he wants to put a brain of a human
Robots
into.
aren't evil.
Okay, because he wants to figure out immortality, and he thinks he can do this by putting someone's brain in a robot dinosaur. So, who is my favorite character in the movie? That guy is hilarious. And so then the evil scientist and his like really horny assistant sneak in, and they tell the drunk uncle that Michael is dead when he's not actually dead, so that they can use his brain, which is still alive, and put it in the T-Rex. So then they take his body and they perform this super grotesque surgery where they like cut his brain open and shit, and then they put it in the
Jigsaw. They dig deep.
Yeah. And they go into his brain and they take it out and they put it into the T-Rex, and he becomes reanimated as a T-Rex. Popcorn, anyone but Dave.
I think it's my
Eli.
turn.
Jesus.
So, I think at this point, the scientist leaves for a little bit. To bury the body or something. I don't remember what it was, but then the nerdy guy who made the robot, I'm assuming, and the big strong man who's there for some reason because they need one of those, are left alone with the dinosaur, and the dinosaur wakes up with Paul Walker's brain inside of it, and it basically just like immediately is driven to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Pedro is there from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
He delivers the pizza.
There is a pretty funny line if I can kind of jump in here.
Yeah.
It's when they order the pizza when everything's kind of going on. Pedro is the pizza guy, and like the big muscly dude comes out. And he's like, "Hey, I got the pizza." And the nerdy guy's like, "Oh, how much is it?" And he's like, "Your half's $5." He just like takes the 10 off the nerdy dude.
And he's like, "Get you next time."
Get you next time.
That one I did enjoy.
funny.
That part I enjoyed.
It was funny.
Did you not like the surgery?
No,
What the fuck? Do you not like horror movies?
I do.
Cool.
Oh
It's
my
cool
God.
in its own gory way.
No, I like the surgery. But anyway, so basically the dinosaur kills everyone, and then he's walking around, and he walks on a guy, and he finds this lady at a payphone, and she is narrating the dinosaur attack to whoever she's on the phone with.
It's so funny.
And it's really funny. But then at the end, before she runs away, she places a sports bet,
She's on the phone with her bookie.
which is wonderful. And then the dinosaur, using his very weird hands, dials Tammy's number on the phone and tries to talk to her on the phone.
Do you guys... Okay, this made me think of something. Is there a wide shot in this movie of the dinosaur moving?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
That,
Immediately
right in that
when it's
scene,
walking
you
up.
get one. And when
Yeah.
she's riding on his back, you get one.
Very few scenes. They try to hide the dinosaur as much as possible, I feel like.
It's
Yeah,
really
they
those
don't
are
want
stop
his
motion,
legs.
I
They don't
think,
show
when
his
it-
legs.
Yeah.
It's stop motion when you see the legs moving, because I don't think
Yeah.
the dinosaur itself moved.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
It's so fun.
And then and is this the point where the party happens?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, then there's a rockin' 90s party, which Tammy is an attendance of.
Yeah, which is crazy, but she's sad. She has pouty face on the whole time.
She's sad because her boyfriend's dead, but she's still at the party.
Shout out to the fat dude that's dancing around.
Dude, I mentioned that to Eli earlier, dude. There's this fat guy on the dance floor who's in like a biker outfit, even with like a leather biker hat, and he is busting it down, dude. He is going
a high school
ham.
Party. Like, what is he doing there?
Yeah, he's going ham, and he dances with this hot bitch, and he's so happy. What?
Just hot lady.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Calm down.
This hot slut, and he dances with it.
That's better.
And he kind of is a slut getting into later stuff that happens in the movie. They. Oh, you didn't popcorn. Go ahead.
Popcorn Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. So then when they're at the party, the you know, like everyone's sad, reminiscing, blah blah blah, but then the T-Rex shows up, as well as the ex-boyfriend beforehand, though. So the ex-boyfriend walks up to Tanny and is like, oh, blah, 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 I killed him for you, baby, and stupid shit like that. Anyway, she breaks off, and then he's just a weird jackass that goes off with the one chick.
Who's dancing with the fat guy.
Yeah, who's dancing with the fat guy. So then they go fucking cut to, like, her car or whatever, while the dinosaur is overlooking the party and kind of, like, just arrived. She and him are in their fucking convertible car, like, going to town. And when the dinosaur shows up, she just starts screaming at the top of her lungs, and he's like, "I'm good, right?"
He is screaming,
right?
He is screaming in her face.
He
is balls deep in this lady.
I'm good, right?
He's balls deep in this lady screaming, "I'm good, right?" Like 7 or 8 times, I would say. Just in her face.
And honestly,
right,
I've never related to a character more.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will admit you are right. That lady is kind of a slut.
Yeah.
Not shaming her for it, but she.
No shame. No shame.
No, let's just say, because I feel like slut has a bad connotation to it. She is a loose woman.
That's even worse. I feel like that sounds worse to me.
Night.
She's a woman of the night. She is a free-spirited, loose woman.
I'm good, right?
Who gets screamed at.
Yeah.
Imagine
her leg tears off.
Imagine that happening while a dinosaur is about to eat you.
I'm good, right? I'm good.
That's like if you go to hell, that's all you experience for all eternity is that moment. Is some
shitty sex in the back of a car.
High schooler.
Shitty sex in the back of a convertible.
The back of a convertible where
face.
everyone can see them.
Yes.
Yeah. They're just going to town way out in the open.
This movie is insane.
It's fucking bananas.
But Alan, please go.
All right, so the dinosaur. I think did you say the part where he kills the weasel?
He kills everyone.
He pretty much kills everyone.
Because he cuts open that guy, then he rips that lady's leg off, and then he goes through the party, bites off Billy's head.
Yeah.
He puts his foot on the top of the stairs to trip a bunch of people so they fall down.
Yes.
And
so stupid.
But then he sees Byron, and he squishes the two jerks near Byron, and then saves Byron.
Yep.
Which is nice. He picks him up,
brushes
dusts off his jacket.
shoulder.
Yeah, he
And then,
picks him up and stuff.
The cops show up with their two dumb cops and Byron's dad, who's the sheriff.
Sheriff
Neville.
Black.
Sheriff Black. And what the heck? Then it cuts back to the evil scientist and his horny assistant, and they're seeing all the carnage that the dinosaur left behind of the man-child and the muscle man.
Where the guy gets flattened.
Dude, that like short scientist was really making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's
like
just covered in blood all the time.
And he's got a child's face and maybe a child-sized body. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. When he smushes the guy,
Don't cancel me for that.
You get you get a scene. I'm already getting canceled this episode. You get a scene.
Yeah, you're Sicilian.
You get a scene of the horny assistant rolling him up like Flat Stanley.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I love that so much.
Where are we here? So
we're at the
so then
flattening in
after
the warehouse.
After they find all them, they're like, we have to go find this dinosaur. And then he says, so what? Then he goes to, then it cuts to Tammy's house where the dinosaur breaks in through the wall and takes her away.
Yeah, like King Kong.
Like a lot like King Kong.
Yeah.
Tammy's bitch dad is like, what on earth was that? Well, who cares? Whatever.
That's the American dream right there. Okay.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
At one point, when they're making out and like they knock some shit over, the dad calls her in her room upstairs, like on the phone, and he's like, "What's going on up there?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, Dad. I just dropped my dictionary."
I'm doing some schoolwork. I done dropped my dictionary.
Who hasn't? Did you guys use dictionaries in school?
A little bit.
I don't think I ever used a dictionary in school.
I don't believe I did.
I used like thesauruses more than dictionaries, I feel like.
Hey, send an email and let me know if you ever used a dictionary in school. And I'll send you back a picture of Dave doing the gritty.
Oh man, hold on. I gotta send an email real quick.
Silent
I gotta send.
So then it cuts to the barn where Michael, as a T-Rex, is trying to convince Tammy that he's Michael, so they do a game of charades.
It is the funniest scene.
This scene is so weird.
It is so stupid. And his arms are so clearly not on him.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like just a guy with a glove.
Like
and
next to the fucking
so then
dino.
she realizes, oh, it's Michael. And the evil scientists have discovered that, we have to go to her house because if you're trying to catch a shark, you go where the bait is.
Yeah.
Or whatever like that. And he says, she's already been with him. Oh, because the cops are there and they don't know what's going on. Then she walks on the scene. And then he says, she's definitely already been with a dinosaur. And his horny assistant goes, how do you know? And he goes, because the way she's walking. Which is so fucked up.
Immediately insinuating. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cops are like eat potato chips over dead bodies and
like popcorn and shit.
They're like
homophobic. They're very blatantly homophobic to Byron.
Horribly.
Son.
They are. It is comical how awful these cops are.
Yeah, there's a line later on that's like, "Hey, sheriff, your fat son's driving the truck."
Yeah.
Yeah, they really almost dropped that F slur in there.
It was good of them to have the forethought to not. Like, they could have just not done the joke at all.
If only.
So then it goes to Michael's funeral, and I will popcorn Michael.
And then Byron, I don't know, I guess like really the main thing after that is Byron and Tammy need to get. How do they figure out he needs a new brain, like a new body?
They dig up his dead body, and it's all rotted.
And it doesn't have a brain, right? And so then
like, they're at the funeral.
No, I think they already know that the brain is in the dinosaur, and then they have to put his brain back in his body. But then when they see his body,
right? They know they have to get a new body because they have to get a new body. I understand now. So then they're like, okay, I got to get a new body. So they go to the morgue, and they like from a dump truck that the T-Rex is in the back of. They're like showing him bodies, and it's like a Benny Hill scene. It's like music in the background. It's like da, 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 da. And like they're showing him corpses, and he's like no. And then they show him a lady corpse, and he thinks about it for a second, and then he says no. And then the bad guys come, and they start trying to run away. And popcorn, who's ever next?
That would be me. There's a weird scene where they drive away because the cops show up or something, and then the evil scientist, his horny assistant, blows him in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street.
Oh no! See, look, that I actually had to. I actually caught that.
Oh no! It's not being blown. He's not blowing. She's not blowing it.
Yeah, because they're tied up, and the line is, whatever her name is, chew my rope. And then it just looks like she's going down.
Just looks like she's blowing.
It's insane.
But the guy makes like an Alvin and the Chipmunks who's getting the best head type face though. He's like he's like clearly getting sexual pleasure from it though.
What a specific meme.
It's
accurate.
Yeah, no, it definitely is happening. Then there's a car chase with the dinosaur. The dinosaur falls out of the car. It's in the back of a truck.
Hold
by
on
the
your
way.
boobs, girl.
Um,
And she does.
And then to get away, Tammy has to ride on the back of the dinosaur, which is supposed to be this huge, big, epic, amazing, like, wow, this is awesome. But it looks terrible. Like, it looks awful. Like, if you put a Barbie doll on the back of a T-Rex doll.
For context, this movie was made in 1994.
But yeah, so she does her little amazing pony ride on the back of the T-Rex.
The wide shot across the lake.
Yeah, it looks incredible. The wide shot is amazing. Another thing to really that really locks you in is that they go to a barn, and again, heavily implied that they have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that.
Like, we'll have this discussion. I'm sure our minds will change back and forth throughout the year.
Yeah,
But I personally think
absolutely,
they do. I think they do have sex.
Oh, they're hardcore fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
And then,
That shit's getting nasty in there.
So they
Yeah,
get away,
absolutely.
which makes no sense. Like, why wouldn't they just drive after the dinosaur? But whatever. They're hiding in the barn, and then Byron is biking to the barn so that nobody follows him. But there's very obviously a police car behind him the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
And he walks in the
don't go
barn,
very
and she's like,
fast
were
on
you
the
followed? He's
bike
like,
either.
no way was I followed. I took my bike so they couldn't follow me.
And then there's 50 cops as it, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
there's
it's a
50
whole,
cops, and they have their standoff, Popcorn Dave.
So they have the whole standoff. Byron and whatever come out waving the flag, and it's like, oh, that's not a flag. That's a goddamn brazier. I don't know.
Which is also more implication that they fucked.
Yeah.
More implication that they fucked.
Again, it's just so fucking weird. They cut to like them chit-chatting with the police, and then the two evil hench people
Chit-chatting? They're like screaming at each other. What the fuck do you mean chit-chatting?
Yeah, that's an average conversation with you, bud.
Damn,
So-
that was nice, Dave.
Thank you. I worked hard on that one. Sometimes you got to bring the heat, you know.
Did you have that in your
So-
extensive notes?
Yeah.
I did actually. It was pretty nice.
The fuck is this? You know what? Fuck it. Alan and I text regularly outside of this, okay? He's doing this shit for the show, okay? Don't believe it.
Why are you like this?
Yeah, wow, dude.
I believe it.
Anyway.
I believe that you and Alan hate each other.
Thanks, Eli. Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I just took a hit.
Nice.
Wow.
See, I think that's why I'm not enjoying this movie as much as
You're not high.
is I'm stone sober all the time now.
Yeah, see, the huge problem, bud.
You're telling me, but I couldn't back
Hey,
out of
listen,
this.
You gotta relapse. You gotta relapse.
Back out. I couldn't
Start taking fucking heroin, buddy, and you'll like it. Trust
What's
me.
the opposite of a sponsor? An enabler? We can be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll enable you to do drugs to watch this
Like-
movie.
I do drugs once
Frank
a
from
week.
It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, these Flintstone vitamins.
But yeah, the two scientists show up to take out the dinosaur with a tranquilizer. And then Byron's like, how could a tranquilizer work on a robot? Because they're trying to convince him that the dinosaur is a robot, not like an actual dinosaur. And then it's the stupid, like, convince, and then they finally go in. Scientist dude fucking dies. That dude gets a chomp out of his goddamn, like, chest and stomach and shit.
Rest
That
in
is
peace.
gory as hell. It is really nice looking.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, and then like she runs out, and dinosaur comes out, and he gets fucking gunned down absolutely the second he steps out of that door.
Oh yeah, gunned down hard.
Yeah, that sucks. That's a sad one. And then I'm gonna popcorn Alan. Wrap us up.
So they gun down the dinosaur, and Tammy is all sad. And then it cuts to, it doesn't say how far ahead, right? It just kind of cuts to the next thing happening, and they're back at Tammy's house.
We have no idea how much time yet.
Tammy
And
with
she
the
is-
bitch ass dad.
Yeah, she's very happy, and she's like, "Hi, Mom," kisses the mom. And the dad goes, "Whoa, what did I do? What about me?" And she's like, "Hi, Daddy." And then he's like, "Oh, I don't know why she's so happy after everything she's been through." And then he says something about like, I don't know how I feel about him being up here like that. So you know something's going on upstairs.
Yes.
And then she takes the lens off a camera and starts talking into a camera. And clearly Michael's brain has been transported into this new setup, which
Clearly.
his eyes are a camera. And then then she pours him a drink, and in the ultimate boofing, pours it right into his brain.
Yeah.
The ultimate boof.
The ultimate boof is pouring out
The forbidden boof.
The brain
forbidden
boof.
Like my wife got me that brain hole for the forbidden.
Yeah.
You've got to be married
I'm
for a
brain-
while for your wife to be doing that, you know?
I'm brain boofing.
Like, hey, honey, I want to make it to this next step. I want to do brainal.
Soak my folds, baby. Get it in that brain.
Oh God.
So she boofs him, and then she's like, "Do you want me to dance for you?"
Yeah.
And she,
or how about a show or something like that?
something
Yeah.
like that. And then she leaves the room, and he's like, "I can't wait." And you hear him coming through this like weird computer.
Yeah.
Although they never explain where the voice is coming from or anything.
I think just like
connected to
from
like
the
a
I think-
computer.
or like in like speakers or something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of primitive setup. Oh, and she says that they found those frozen something. They found like
Frozen
the frozen
hikers.
soccer team. Oh, hikers.
Skiers.
Like
Or
hikers or
something.
skiers. That's it.
so they're gonna use the implications that they're gonna use one of their bodies to put his brain in.
Right, because the
Yeah.
body is going to be in good condition if
Right.
it's got, it's all frozen. And then she comes back dressed incredibly sexually with a feather boa, high heels.
Yeah. Pay close
Okay.
attention to that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Denise Richards is a fucking babe, okay? However, that scene is so uncomfortable for me. It feels so
uncomfortable.
because it's like she just strip
Uncomfortable.
teases, like very close to naked strip teases, and like it's very just thrown in at the end and very like we just
long.
need very long,
It's
and it's like
so
we just
long.
need her, we just need this hot babe to strip tease for us on camera because we have her. It feels very weird.
We
Well, I
got
mean,
this
that-
18-year-old
movie
that
out till
hasn't been in
1:30.
anything yet. Let's get her naked.
She was
okay,
18.
so I did look this up. She's 23 at this point.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Thank God.
But she's
Paul
still
Walker is
playing a high
18.
schooler. The
Yeah.
character is a
Yeah.
high schooler.
And like I guess it could like I think there's a joke there that could work kind of her strip teasing for him, and that's like funny because he's a computer and can't get off. But like if they cut it like 30 seconds shorter,
But he does get off.
yes.
But you
like,
also don't know how far
like
ahead
the-
this is. This might be 4 years in the future, and she's now
True.
in her 20s.
That is true. That is true. We don't know.
she's still living at home though,
She could be sick.
and the dad said with everything that happened, how is she so happy, right?
I feel like
Right,
I
yeah,
feel
so
like
that
this
is
should
kinda-
be
So it's
within,
more
like,
recent.
the same month, like the same
Yeah.
month.
And so it just feels very gross. It feels like maybe I could see her like start doing a dance and then fade to black, but like it
but
just
it goes
feels
so long. And
It
then
feels
the
like
brain
5 minutes.
comes.
It's
The brain
yeah.
comes and shoots out a bunch of sparks, and then the movie's over. There's nothing
Which
else.
also seems bad for the brain.
yeah.
It doesn't seem healthy to be pouring
Wait,
straight whiskey on a
no.
brain.
You think? Wait, Alan, not the pouring alcohol on the brain. It was the having an orgasm that you think is
Brain
unhealthy.
having like an
Well, it's
electric
like-
shock orgasm.
Yeah, well, having an orgasm is bad. It's not what God wanted.
Yeah,
but I
Never
mean
have. Even if
specifically-
you're married, no orgasms.
Don't
no
spill.
orgasm. Cum is the devil's milk.
Yeah.
And,
Ew.
Well, listen, I didn't. That's just what I was told.
Can you cut that? That was
No.
gross.
No,
No,
keep
we're
that
not
in.
gonna
That's
cut
my
that.
truth.
We're keeping
Yeah,
it.
live your
gross.
truth, King. Live your truth, King.
Thank you,
Live your
sir.
truth,
But-
King.
So that's the movie. That is what
That's
the
the
movie's
movie.
about.
So, Ellen, I don't understand how through us describing it, you could not enjoy this.
Yeah, how do you?
Because
not
I don't
really
think you've
like the
seen
movie?
this sober.
I have, Ellen. I have
Then
seen
you're
this
just a
sober.
stupid person.
I have seen this sober more times than I've seen it under the influence of anything.
I actually
I mean,
watched
that's
it
a
sober for
stretch
the
for
first
you.
time today.
The first time I ever saw the movie, I was sober. When Dave and I watched it last year to preview it, I was sober. And the only time I wasn't was Dave and I watched it at midnight on New Year's Eve because we have nothing else better to do. So,
all right, so I will say this: it wasn't funny enough for me to be like, "This is a good comedy." It wasn't gory enough or horror enough for me to be like, "This is a cool horror movie." And it was
I mean,
I think
it's
it
meant
fits
to be
its
funny.
niche well.
It's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Right. I know it's supposed to be funny.
But it isn't in the way that it thinks it is.
No.
Sometimes
it is, maybe. But
Like the book, the lady placing a bet out on the payphone. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the
really
dinosaur
funny.
making a phone call is funny.
That's funny. Like, I think this is... If you like bad B movies, this is like a classic, in my opinion. This is like a Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. This is like a sleepaway camp, you
It's
know?
got more hit than miss.
I think it has way more hit than miss.
I also really hated that short man-child doctor. God, I just
God, yeah, he sucks. I have a prediction.
I could
that
barely stand watching that guy.
I have a prediction that our like of the movie and Alan's and like the movie are going to be inverse. I think Alan is going to like it more, and we are going to like it less as the year goes on.
I really doubt I'm going to like this more. We're going to see. I'm going to keep watching it.
You're regretting doing this, I feel like.
I'll say it out loud. Yes.
Yeah, well, you signed the contract, Alan. There's no getting out. So.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Shit. That's who that man doctor was.
Yeah,
He's Isaac in Children of the Corn.
Oh, the main kid? Sense. Is he the main kid?
Yeah. That's why he looks so
the main
familiar.
Scientist
or the main... Yeah.
Huh?
From Weekend at Bernie's.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's
no
Bernie.
way.
The main scientist is.
Oh, he's Bernie? I saw that he was in Weekend at Bernie's. I didn't see what he was in.
Eli. He's also... I just recognized him from his picture. I'm pretty sure he's also the doctor guy in Friday the 13th Part 7, New Blood. The psychiatrist who...
Really?
Is he? Yeah. That's like my fourth favorite Friday the 13th movie, if not my third.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good, dude. It's Jason versus Carrie. First one is 6 easily. That's the best one.
Yep.
Then 3, or not 3, then 4, and then I split between the remake 3 and 7.
The remake 3? Oh, the remake and then 3 and 7.
Comma 3, 7. I think those are all around there.
3 is a little slow.
3 is a little slow, but to me, 3 is like the quintessential Friday the 13th movie. If someone's like, I want to watch a Friday the 13th movie, I think 3 or 4 are your go-tos for that, and I appreciate that.
2, 4, and 6.
2, I've liked 2 more each time I've watched it. Can we be a Friday the 13th podcast?
No.
The first one I think is overrated and boring. The second one's pretty good, and then 3 on. Jason X is maybe one of my favorites too. That movie rocks.
That's insane.
Getting us
that
back
movie,
on track from Michael's huge derailment, how are you guys watching this movie?
I own it on a Blu-ray that looks amazing, and I don't even have the 4K, which Eli has. Sorry to spoil, but it looks so good. The transfer is like crazy good. Vinegar Syndrome put it out, and it's like so fucking clean. And it also has a ton of special features. It has audio commentaries, like a ton of behind-the-scenes documentaries, and it has a PG-13 cut of the movie.
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
a TV cut.
Well, that's one thing that I'm actually curious about, because the VHS of this was the PG-13 cut. I'm wondering
I was going to ask that, because I knew someone had the VHS, because that was the original cut.
Well, Dave has seen it with me on Peacock, because it's also on Peacock and Shudder. And Dave and I on New Year's Eve, I streamed it on Shudder. So he's seen the rated R version.
Now, the thing is, like, the VHS that I got is very specifically the gore cut.
So you did get the gore.
I did.
Okay.
That's good to know. That is very good to know.
But I'm really excited to watch the PG-13 cut, because I feel like that's like a good get out of jail. You know, if you're getting frustrated watching the movie, you can be like, I'll watch a different cut of the movie.
It's also
it could
like
be
shorter.
Yes. It's 82 minutes instead of a 90.
I saw this and I can't not say it out loud. That guy was 25 years old when he played Isaac in Children of the Corn.
Oh, wow.
What? No way.
He was born in 1959.
What?
Oh my! Everyone who has not seen Children of the Corn, Google Isaac Children of the Corn right now.
Dude looks like a
he looks
child.
like a 10-year-old with like a big black hat on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
With
like
the
the
newsboy.
guy from Hannah Montana who's like 40 when they were filming that.
Yeah.
Andy
the brother.
Milonakis?
No, the brother. But Andy Milonakis is also like
Just
that.
like Andy Milonakis.
I love the Andy Milonakis show when I was younger. I wonder if that still holds up.
Yeah,
Devin
Michael,
go to high
I was a
school.
huge fan of Waiting.
Yeah. Don't bring up Waiting. Is he in Waiting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, he's in Waiting. Waiting's awesome.
No.
Insane.
Oh my God. That is the
That
most
did not-
offensively
it did not age
poorly
well.
aged movie of all time, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It is
really bad.
If you haven't seen it in the last 10 years, watch it because it is
But
like every
so are
scene.
people who work at restaurants.
I'm not saying it's
touche,
inaccurate.
touche.
I'm not saying it's inaccurate. I never said that. I said the
very
movie
accurate.
sucks because it's every 10 seconds is a homophobic joke or like a rape joke. It is so bad.
It's really bad, and there's a lot of insinuation about banging high school kids.
Yes. Like a lot, which is accurate to restaurant work, but it makes for a very uncomfortable movie.
So watching this on VHS, the beginning of the VHS tape, I get trailers for other horror movies that are
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out. Yeah. And before that, though, I wanted to bring up somebody very specifically did the digital encoding to VHS for this tape, and it's somebody named Caffeine Presents. And like they had
Do
their
they do
own
other stuff?
custom. I tried to look them up. I emailed them with the Turtle Club, the Turtle Club 69 at gmail.com email.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess we're just waiting on a response with that. So you'll
Yeah.
probably get something down the line.
Yeah.
But they showed 3 movies. Leprechaun 1,
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that one. Okay.
Brain Scan,
Oh, I love Brain Scan.
and Serial Mom.
I don't know that one.
It's
Serial,
about like a
as in,
mom.
like Sereal or serial.
Yeah,
as
like a
in,
serial
serial
murderer mom.
killer? Okay, that's less
Yeah,
fun.
she
I wanted
like
more
she
serial,
kills a
like
bunch of people
breakfast.
around, and there's like a scene where she's at like a metal rave.
That's,
and
John
shit, and she's
Waters.
in front row.
It is a John Waters. Yeah. Which we're fans of John Waters on this show.
This is a fun.
Oh,
movie,
it has
man.
great
I really
reviews.
like
I'm
it.
going to watch this.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
surprised.
it was
you've
already on
never
my watch
seen it.
list. It was already on my watch list on Letterboxd. I went to add it and they're on there.
A classic
yeah.
B movie, B horror movie.
So
Dude,
is
I like it.
Tammy.
It's fun.
So is Tammy, dude. I've known about Tammy for
This is-
7 years now, probably.
It's really fun. I really like this movie.
I know it. Well, Red Letter Media they have their show Best of the Worst, where they watch like a bunch of bad movies and then they choose a Best of the Worst. They did
With
a
Eli and I-
episode.
Eli and I have loved Red Letter Media for a while. That's
Yeah.
like...
We're those
we-
types of nerds.
Yes.
Their
But
review
they-
of this got me honestly aggravated.
Yeah, no, I was getting mad because Rich Evans was getting details wrong about the plot.
Which is not
Yep.
surprising.
He's sitting there like, oh, there's no reason at all for him to eat the flower in the charades game. Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. That shows
Well,
that
Andy
it's
was
actually
saying that they
Michael.
never explain why he wants to put a brain inside of a dinosaur robot.
For immortality.
Right, and he wants to sell that idea to companies of you
Yeah.
can put brains inside of pets and robot people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They do
there's a
explain
line.
it.
There's
those
a
who
line
don't know-
about that.
Rich Evans
But it-
consistently says dumb things. So...
Well, they all agree with him, though.
Yes.
They all say there's no reason for him to eat that flower. They never explain why. Yes, they do.
Well, because Rich is dumb and the rest of them are like shit faced, so it's like a bad combination.
Stupid. I was getting mad. I'm like, because honestly, the one semi-clever thing in this movie, because the first time when he's human, he bites the yellow rose, and it's like, why would he do that? That's really weird. And then
sounds like a
later
little
on,
goofy thing.
as a dinosaur, he bites a yellow rose to let her know that it's him. I thought that was kind of clever.
Yeah, but it is dumb that he
that's a
does it at the
clever little
beginning. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
make sense he
weird.
does it.
It's definitely
Oh, no
weird.
doubt.
It's a
yeah.
goofy little bit.
It's supposed to show that he's wacky XD lol.
But there is like a cause and effect there. Like there's logic.
Yes, there's setup and payoff.
I see
Yeah.
it, but a lot of this movie doesn't have that. A lot of this movie is just insane bullshit happening for no reason. I don't even know where to start. I genuinely we need to pay. He gets mauled by a lion.
Yeah, out of nowhere, dude.
When he winds up in the hospital, he just looks fine.
Well, okay, let's say this. As of right now, what is everyone's favorite scene? That might be a good place to start talking about different scenes.
Favorite scene? I like the party. I think that's funny.
Yeah, the party's really good.
I think the party and the surgery scene, I think, are the best scenes.
Oh yeah, where they rip out the brain and then like his body starts shaking.
I like when they're body shopping at the morgue.
That's a great scene too.
And
And
because like it's just
like,
a dinosaur in the middle of a fucking parking lot.
and she's doing this with such casual approach. Like they are like desecrating dead bodies, and they're
just
looking at
going
their
through
genitalia.
And with like genuinely almost like knockoff Benny Hill music, I feel like it's so.
And they're putting up the dead bodies to the window for the dinosaur outside in the back of a truck to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
The funeral.
And I thought it was racist that he turned down the black guy.
Yeah, well, and so does the friend. So does
Is this a
Byron.
race thing? This isn't a race thing.
I agree with Byron. I think it is a race thing. It's pretty fucked up. Also, you know what else was really fucked up? Michael, I thought it was really disrespectful of you during the scene where they dig up Paul Walker's body to suggest that they're just doing this in real life. That crosses a line, buddy.
What do you mean they're just doing
That
this?
crosses the
Oh,
line.
because he's dead in real life. I
That
understand.
was.
I didn't make that joke.
disrespectful.
I didn't even understand the
It's
joke.
fucked up that you just texted it to me. That's really messed
Listen,
up.
all we want to say is rest in peace, Paul Walker. The Fast and Furious movies never were as good without you. So
Yikes, dude, that's really fucked up. Eli, could you edit it back so it sounds like he says "rest in peace"?
Can you leave in this entire section too, please?
Okay. I said rest in peace. I said rest in peace. I didn't say anything else.
Hey,
Now that he said
calm
"rest
down,
in
calm
peace,"
down.
you can use that in that part, so you don't have to air the fucked up shit he just said.
Yeah, honestly, that was really fucked up, Michael. That was just disrespectful.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, you know what? Fuck Paul Walker.
Wow.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna say something I shouldn't. You know what bothers me about when Paul Walker died? I was in high school when Paul Walker died, and Paul Walker died, and all these motherfuckers were acting like it was the biggest deal in the world. They were like, Paul Walker died. Oh my god, who was a fucking Paul Walker stan beforehand? You know, no one was like worshiping Paul Walker. The dude was a shitty actor. Okay, it's a shame he died. It's sad that he died. I feel bad for him and his family. But relax.
You're your mic.
Just relax.
Michael is screaming about how he's glad Paul Walker is dead. And he's peeking his mic. What the fuck? This is how we're starting season 3?
So season 3.
Michael, just
episode
forget
1
about
is
it,
just
cuh.
Rip Paul Walker.
Yeah, forget about it, cuh.
Forget about it, cop. Forget about it, cop.
Too Fast, Too Furious is my favorite Fast and Furious movie, just while we can get that out there.
You're
that movie
wrong.
is funny
You're
as that.
wrong.
Listen,
You're
that
wrong.
is the funniest. It's like, it also reminds me of like Rocky 3, where it's like really gay, but accidentally. You know what I mean?
Extremely gay. I can give you
It's like, the movie is so homophobic in a way that it's gay. You know? It loops back
I
around.
very
Good
much
for
understand
them.
what you're saying.
And it's
But
so
no,
fun.
The best one is 5 or 7.
Okay, so I go 2, 7,
I've only
5.
seen
so
1 through 6 so far.
7 is so good, dude.
What's your favorite?
I don't know, honestly. I like 6. 6 was great.
Yeah.
2, I mean, they're all really good so far. I think except for 5 was
What?
kind of a mess.
4. No,
Probably
4.
not a
You're thinking
4.
4. You're thinking 4. 5 is the one that ends with the vault at the end, where they're dragging it.
Oh yeah, that one was sick.
Oh, nice.
4 is the worst one. It's the fucking
Four's the worst
soft. It's like a soft reboot, and it's terrible.
It's bad.
Yes. But Tokyo Drift was also awesome.
Yeah.
I
love that.
I've
that
grown
guy
to like
was
it more.
Definitely not
Yeah.
17 years old.
No,
Well, you know what's even better is that the timeline of those movies, Tokyo Drift takes place between
Like
6
at the
and
end.
7.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that character comes back in 9, and he's like 40 now, and he's
Whoa,
still
spoilers.
supposed to be his like early
Yeah.
20s ass self.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
no one ever really dies in the Fast and Furious series.
Dude,
Paul Walker's
spoilers
coming
all
back,
over.
everyone. No, Paul Walker's not dead in the Fast and Furious series.
No,
He's-
they kept him alive.
And they'll just mention him. They'll be like, "Hey, we got to save the world. Should we? What's his name? Brian. Should we let Brian know?" And they're just like, "Nah, he's watching the kids."
He doesn't even
Nah.
die in the series. He just stops
No,
hanging out with.
he
his
drives
friends?
off. It drives off. He does the, it's been a long day.
He hangs out
and
with
then he
them
drives
off
off.
screen. Part 9 ends with them all setting up their barbecue, and there's one empty chair, and they're like, wait, we can't eat until Brian gets here. And then his blue car pulls up in the driveway, and that's how it ends.
Wow, spoilies.
Well, and 7 ends with them like driving off separately, like that. Like, and it's Paul Walker's brother. Like they used to make it look like Paul Walker.
Okay, so 7's the last one he's alive for?
Yes.
Yes. He died after the filming of 7.
I gotta send you guys a picture into the chat.
But
I went to Google Paul Walker to see what year he died.
Oh my god! Did you see horrible pictures?
Shoot, I'm not gonna say a word until.
Are you sending it in the text?
I'm saying in the text, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was shocked that this movie did not hit me hard at all.
I think it will. I think it's a slow burn for you. I think it's a slow. Oh my god!
The holy shit,
dude! Right, that's like the top thing. I'll take a picture.
I'm gonna describe it.
Yeah, you describe it.
It's a face of Paul. It's the face of Paul Walker next to a burning car with an arrow from his face to the burning car and text that says "burnt alive."
Subscribe if you dare.
And the video is called "The Terrifying Last Minutes of Paul Walker." Rest in peace, Paul. Holy shit! Oh my
Look
god!
at how it's like. YouTube I sent you the whole screenshot so you could see. It's like the first thing that you see.
Oh my god, it is.
It's fucking. It's crazy. Before you get to his birthday, he was born the day after 9/11. He had to celebrate his birthday after that.
I also just want to go back to something I said earlier. I want to apologize for kind of making light of Paul Walker dying. However, it is annoying that people acted like they were huge fucking fans of Paul Walker, man. Like they had his poster in their room when he died. People were crying in school.
When I saw Furious 7 in theaters, and the first time he shows up on screen, everyone in the theater gasped.
What? Like they were shocked?
Like he was a ghost.
It was a ghost.
When he shows up in what?
In Furious 7.
Oh, okay. Because he had died before it came out.
He had just died, and everyone was like, oh, there he is. Like, what? I thought he died.
How is he there?
But, Tammy and the T-Rex, though.
Is great, and it's his best movie.
I really like it. I'm still giggling and kicking my feet.
Yeah, dude, this movie rocks.
This movie makes me laugh.
How long do you give it? How long do you give it until you hate it? How many watches?
I really feel like I'm gonna hit 50.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
I'm thinking
maybe,
20.
Maybe 35. Maybe
I'm thinking 20.
How about that?
Okay, I'm trying to think. So, Master of Disguise, I stopped enjoying it around like the 10 mark.
Yeah, but this is significantly better than Master of Disguise.
I know, but
this is the
but
best
also
movie
there
we
were
picked.
parts of Master of Disguise that I still laughed at up until like the 30s sometimes. Like,
yeah, Alan, you agree this is the best out of the 3 movies we have done, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to double check that you weren't fucking insane. Yeah. Is it better than Cat in the Hat?
Alan?
I'm thinking.
For context, while Alan thinks, the way we met Alan is because he did this thing where he watched Cat in the Hat every day for a year, and he recorded himself every day doing it. So that's why I asked about Cat in the Hat.
Might
be better than this.
No.
I like the Cat in the Hat a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. But I think this is more fun. I enjoy this more.
Sometimes, I enjoy this in like a...
I'd rather watch this. I'd rather watch this.
Sometimes fast and loose independent filmmaking gets on my nerves when it looks too much like a home movie. And I think this era of that is bad. Like the 90s was bad for that.
I have so many movies I want to make you watch now.
If you had to, I know the answer to this, but if you had to guess the budget of this movie, what would you guess?
I know as
no
well.
idea, but I know it was under $1 million.
Dave, what do you think?
I want to go. I want to go 1.2.
$1 million exactly.
Yeah, 1 million, which is considered like a no budget movie. Like,
well, because did you guys watch the interview on the Blu-ray with the director?
Not yet.
I've been saving.
Not yet. No. I don't
okay.
have any way to do that yet.
So can I talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah,
Do
please,
you know,
please.
Yeah, please do.
First of
Yeah.
all, do you know this is in? You can watch this whole movie in that game High on Life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is,
Yes.
I do not want to play that game. However, I feel like I have to now.
I have no idea what that game even is.
It's like it's the Rick and Morty guy's game, the pedophile guy or rapist or something. What is he? He's something, right? He's a rapist or something.
No, I mean he was texting a bunch of underage girls. It was creepy.
Okay.
Weirdly
Yeah.
racist shit too.
Yeah. And it's his game, and it sounds like the most annoying thing ever. Just nonstop Justin Roiland Morty voice.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is kind of same voicey.
Wait, isn't that It's not the. Well, this is interesting podcasting, isn't it? When I can't think of people's names. Who's the dude? Not Harmon.
No, not Harmon.
No, the other guy.
Okay.
The other guy who voices Rick and Morty.
Justin Roiland.
Justin Roiland.
Yeah. Dan Harmon is an asshole, but I like Dan Harmon a lot. So
And a bit of a freak. Oh, and Tobacco did the
Weird
did the
incest
music for
jokes.
this.
yeah.
Yeah, and they did great music for this. That opening bit where they're like, "Do the dinosaur."
Oh, it rocks, dude.
It's
Yeah.
fucking great. I like.
It's also funny considering that this is like a watershed movie. Like this only came out because Jurassic Park was popular. Like the studio, like whoever made, like the people, the idea behind this was, oh, we have to capitalize off Jurassic Park, and they made Tammy and the T-Rex.
Well, no. Do you know the actual story of
Dino Fever.
why this was made?
So
No, I
that's
do
what I was
not.
going to say about the
Alan, please do.
what I
Yeah,
learned
tell
from the
us.
director is the director knew somebody who produced movies and owned these theaters in South America, I want to say, and he owned this animatronic T-Rex that was being sent to a park in Texas, and so he was like. And I think it was in 3 weeks. You've got 3 weeks with this dinosaur.
Oh my god.
What
So if you can figure out a movie to make around this dinosaur, I will fund it. And the
But
director's
you
like,
have to shoot it in 3 weeks' time.
right, you have to
Okay.
shoot it in these 3 weeks, and it can't cost more than $1 million because that's all the money I have.
Holy
So-
shit.
The director,
Okay, knowing that, this is an amazing movie.
so
Yeah.
that I just watched that interview before we joined on the pod, before we started the pod. So that made me more excited to rewatch it, as knowing it was just this guy being like, I don't know, then fucking this.
Well, how long did it take him to film it? 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
That's all he had.
Jeez.
Wow.
And so they were coming up with stuff while they were filming the movie, and every scene was within a 20-mile radius of his house because it was all they could afford for moving around.
Oh my god.
And there was a big wildfire in the middle of making this movie, and they were getting kicked off of the land they were on by the fire marshal, and they apparently bribed the fire marshal $200 to finish filming for the day. And so I guess in the background you can see smoke and stuff from people's houses burning down.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my god. That makes me appreciate this so much. I've seen so many shitty movies with like bigger budgets in like better situations that are way worse than this. This
How
is
much
so
did
good.
How much did it make?
Nothing.
Oh,
I mean,
surely
I'm
nothing.
sure it's made that money back in like video sales.
Now, but not initially.
No, but that's like a challenge. Like, hey, here's an animatronic T-Rex and $1 million. You're gonna
Make a
get the
movie.
T-Rex in 3 weeks' time. Produce a movie around that. And then you only have 3 weeks to do it. Like, that's a challenge. Like, how the fuck?
This
do
is
you
like
cast everybody?
this is seriously, I think, the best movie you can get under those circumstances.
like that party scene. Did he just invite everyone he knows?
Yeah, it's like it seriously is the best movie possible under those circumstances. I don't think fucking Stanley Kubrick could do better. Like that's
He had
insane.
to call in so many favors.
And this is the director of Mac and Me, another famous bad movie. So this guy isn't even like a good director.
He fucking. I think that this is a miracle that this movie
Yes.
is watchable.
Yes.
And not only watchable, but I think very entertaining. I'm very
Yes.
entertained
Yeah.
by this movie.
Like I give
Even
it a
if
3.5,
Alan's a hater.
4.
Yeah, dude, I am going to be a hater this season, and I can't believe it. And I know
You're the new Michael.
Don't ever say that shit. That's
That's real low. Come on.
You can say some fucked up shit about me and my family, but you can't say that. That's too
Can't
far.
call me
Sorry.
a Michael.
I'm sorry.
It's our word.
I do want to point out that I had forgotten that the character's name was Michael. So in the first bit, so I watched this at midnight on New Year's as well.
He was so fucking drunk. Eli was drunk texting us.
I was very drunk. I was very drunk, very high. It was a lot. My wife and I were enjoying New Year's together, and I convinced her to watch it at midnight, but she said okay, but only if we're both drunk. And so that's what we did. We each had a bottle of rum.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Well, I finished mine. She did not finish
God, are you
hers.
fucking?
God, no
did you have to get your
wonder you were-
stomach pumped? Oh my
No,
god.
it was great. It was a good time. And then
Straight to the brain.
And then I watched my 4K of Tammy and the T-Rex, and
Which does it look good?
it looks amazing. It looks
Yeah, because
really
the
good.
Blu-ray is like insane quality.
Well, I think they got a hold of the original film print. Like, I think they actually
wow.
Vinegar Syndrome does really good work for anyone who cares. But fucking, it looked amazing, and right away it looked amazing. But as soon as she said Michael, I was like crying laughing.
When Dave and I started watching at midnight, literally the first time they said his name was his name. I was like, oh god damn it! Fucking.
I did
shit.
not do that on
Great.
purpose.
Yeah. Well, I had seen the movie before, and I didn't even think about it the first time.
And it's funny because my wife, and after I'm laughing, my wife's like, "Oh, Michael's gonna hate this year."
It's gonna be so fucking annoying.
Will you star in this movie, Michael?
Shut up. I'm not Paul Walker.
You're
What?
great in this movie, though, Michael.
No, but you drive like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you? Okay, this might be a weird question.
Slide
Do you think-
whistle.
Is Paul Walker weirdly super attractive in this movie?
Dude, he is attractive in every
Really?
movie he's in.
Yeah.
This is seriously, and I don't mean this
Weirdly,
lately.
because he's a teenager. Yeah.
No, he's 21 when this movie was filmed. 21.
He was 21.
And Denise Richards was old too. That is like the most attractive two leads in a movie. Like, oh
21-year-old
my
Paul
god.
She
Walker
was a
comes
Bond
through, he
girl
can
5
fucking
years
get it.
after this.
Oh, wow.
She was oh, you're right.
She was a Bond
She
girl.
played a nuclear scientist.
Nuclear. Now she looks terrifying.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of work. She has an OnlyFans now.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my dad told me that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was telling him that we're watching this movie. I'm like, it's right, Denise Richards. And he's like, oh, she has an OnlyFans. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I
How do
was
you know
watching Real
that?
Housewives, and she's on there, and she mentioned it.
Yeah, no, he's subscribed.
Yeah.
Eli's dad,
Yeah.
Eli's dad jacks it to Denise Richards.
She
does
her
it?
And, like,
daughter
now
also has an
Denise
OnlyFans.
Richards.
God.
Who does?
Denise Richards' daughter.
Oh.
Oh, how old is Denise Richards?
I mean, she was 23 in 1993 when
She's
they filmed
That's
it.
true.
52.
That's true. So she could have, yeah. That's
She'll be
crazy.
53 next month.
Yeah. We should definitely get her on. You know,
Yeah.
All right, Denise.
Get her on the pod.
I'll subscribe to her OnlyFans and then DM her about it.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's how we get every other guest.
Yeah, we're subscribing to their OnlyFans.
That's how you guys met me.
Yeah.
Alan's
Tell me about Alan.
OnlyFans was
Alan's OnlyFans. You need to bring it back, dude. I have not come right since.
I have never seen ball pics at that angle. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
the
some real
man's an artist
revolutionary
with a
shit I
ball.
was doing.
Yeah, it was avant-garde, arguably.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like the fucking Mona Lisa of scrotum pics. It was
I just
amazing.
got so
art,
much
more
hate mail after I
poetry.
did that series called Surface of Mars. That people were just like, this is unacceptable.
Hyper zoomed in on your balls.
They did not get it. They didn't
No.
understand.
It was before its time, really.
My
Email
family
me and
is
I'll
getting
send you
so
the
much
pics.
hate mail
Yeah.
from churches and
Email
stuff.
me and I'll send you ball pics.
Oh, I gotta send another email.
I'll plug that now. Actually, our email is the Turtle Club Pod.
No.
No.
Okay, sorry.
turtleclub69@gmail.com.
Thank you, Alan.
And,
And
Twitter.
our Twitter is Turtle Club Pod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Turtle Club Pod.
Okay. All right.
okay.
I never
We need to
remember
get on
it.
other stuff. Like we need a Tumblr. You want to run?
Yeah, if we're gonna get on. We're getting on Threads.
LinkedIn.
MySpace.
Yeah. If you email, I will email you back in probably an hour. So
Yeah.
Yeah, please email. It's the
And
only
then you'll
thing
get
Michael
the
has going for
Jean-Luc
himself.
Godard of ball picks. In response.
Yeah.
But
Ball picks.
fucking yeah, Paul Walker's very, very attractive in this. So is Denise
Very.
Richards. They're both extremely pretty people. Paul
Yeah.
Walker's really not in it much.
not at all, dude.
No,
Not at all. He's
he
in
really just
15
plays-
minutes. Probably 15 minutes of screen time, if that. Right?
Was
Well,
he really
after,
the T-Rex?
What's that?
Was he really the T-Rex? Like, was that really Paul Walker's
Yeah,
brain?
did they really put her brain?
Yeah, they actually did it. It's like how they shot Star
That was
Wars in
motion
space.
capture.
That's pretty cool.
There's that
No,
weird
he
scene
gets,
where
like,
they're
20
kidnapping
minutes.
him from the hospital, and he does a Wizard of Oz thing.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So they're kidnapping him because he's in a coma. The scientists are, and he wakes up and he goes, "I had a dream that I was in Kansas and you were there and you were there."
Yeah.
And then the horny assistant just punches him in the fucking face and knocks him out.
Yeah.
And it's like weird. It's like, what is this? Like that is when you
That
can
was
really
my
tell
thought.
that this movie was made up on the spot.
Oh yeah.
That was my thought through watching a lot of this movie. Is like, what is happening now?
Yeah. A lot of
Like-
good.
Like I'm saying, every like 2 to 3 minutes, something happens where I'm like, what the fuck was the thought process?
Yeah.
But it's always for the better. I'm like marveled at how good they are. Like, how did they think of this?
It still is really fun.
I like at this like the stuff they choose to fill time with, like the long shots of the fat guy dancing.
It's so good.
It's just like, what? Like, why? That's another thing that I think one of the things about this movie that I like for this year and this podcast is that there's a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Yes, a lot is happening all the time.
Like, there's a lot of things. Like, there are so many things that we have not touched on. Like, every line of dialogue, it's like, what? Like, when Billy and the gang shows up at Tammy's house and to beat up Michael, the dad, like,
It's
the
a
mom is
bitch.
like, just call the police. And the dad's like, no, I'll handle this. And he just lets them in.
He's a
Yeah.
fucking loser.
Maybe he hates Tammy. Oh, another thing we should talk about. Hold on.
Life
This
insurance,
movie is
baby.
also named Tanny and the T-Rex. Tanny.
Tanny
it's
and
not.
a teenage T-Rex.
Because
Yeah, teenage.
because the opening it says Tanny and the credits say Tanny for Tammy.
Right, and then by the time it came out, they had changed the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but how are they like? You couldn't change the opening, but you could. You know what I mean? Because she's not
They
called
were out of
Tanny in
money,
the movie.
baby.
Isn't she called Tammy in the movie?
Yeah. Well, it goes by both.
Is it Michael in the movie?
It is Michael. in the
Michael.
movie. It is Michael, or is it Michael? You'd be surprised at how many people don't know.
I honestly, I hadn't even thought to listen
you.
for that if they're saying Tanny or
I did it today on my most recent watch, and I'm pretty sure they say Tammy MM.
I don't think Tanny's a name.
No. If
But
you're
it's-
named Tanny, tweet at us.
Tanny and the Teenage T-Rex. I
like that name better, though. Tanny and the Teenage T-Rex.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better. Tammy and the T-Rex is fine, but Tammy and
Yeah.
the Teenage T-Rex, that's fun.
Yeah.
A lot of T's in there. I don't, like,
Hey, real quick, I posted both scenes with the animated T-Rex in the background with a wide shot.
It looks like
Yeah,
it
Discord
looks
chat.
like something from like Godzilla. You know what I mean?
we should
Yeah, like the
tweet it.
really old ones.
Yeah, we should
If
tweet
you
it.
guys
We'll
wanna
tweet it
see
when.
You have to
Good.
look at Turtle Club Pod.
Yeah. Get
because
on the
then-
Twitter at the worst time and
Yeah.
follow us.
Not Twitter, guys. It's X. We're Elon fans on here.
I'm dead naming Twitter. I don't care.
Yeah.
How dare you? But honestly, do we have anything else to say? Is that episode 1?
I think that's episode
I'm
1.
kind of good. Yeah.
Alan, do you think you'll like it more going forward?
Yeah.
I really doubt it.
Even after talking about it, you're not reinvigorated. You're not
No.
Still
rejuvenated.
like
I'm gonna. So does it count as a watch if I watch it with commentary? That's still the same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a watch.
technically that works.
That's a gimmick watch.
So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see how it is. Like I'm gonna watch it once a week, no more.
I feel like
Alan,
watch
it counts as a watch. It counts as a watch as long as the visuals are on, I would say.
Okay.
You can have a different audio, you can mute the audio, but as long as the visuals are on and say subtitles, then it counts as a watch.
yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna watch this once a week. I'm not watching it any more than I need to.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm hitting a hundo. Dave, you with me?
Michael? No.
Dave, you with me?
I am definitely
Fuck
not.
that.
I'm going to hit the minimums again.
Dave, are you going bare minimum?
52.
Eli and I are minimum men.
I want to get at least 69
Nice.
because it's a comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going a hundo. I'm getting 100 every year.
Get the Hondo.
Dave's like, I'm going to do 69 because it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Dave, that's why you're like a fucking professor, man.
Thank you.
That's
you gotta
that's his
bring
nickname,
the heat.
the professor.
You gotta bring the heat. The professor serves and scores.
What? What do you mean you gotta? How does that relate to the professor? Shouldn't it be like
That's a really good
Shouldn't it be like?
Don't disrespect Dave.
Shouldn't it be like something about like?
Don't
you gotta
hate on the
like
professor.
you better study for class because the professor is here or something like that.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Eli,
prepare
could
to
you
get
cut that out
schooled,
where
son.
Michael used all those
Okay.
slurs?
Yeah, that was really
Okay.
fucked up. That was really
Yeah,
fucked
all
up.
right. Yeah, use AI to put some dumb professor joke in
A
there.
lot of hard
Perfect.
Let's
R's
do
in
an
that
episode
entire
where we
last
fucking
minute.
AI Michael into it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the AI that turns into the Terminator.
Yeah.
When we try to put his Sicilian rage into an AI, that's when it's like, oh, must make cannolis and kill.
That's your
Make
Michael
cannolis.
impersonation?
Robot Michael is my
That
robot
was a
Michael.
really good Michael.
Nah, that
voice.
was
Who's talking
spot
right now?
on,
Who
dude.
do I
I,
shoot?
don't know about a robot. That's just you in general.
Who
Also,
do you shoot in a room full of you and Robot Michaels and Michael? You shoot yourself and get out of there.
Whoa. So the rules. We should go over the rules. We have to watch this
Okay.
movie at least once a week.
Okay.
And we can do gimmick watches, but once a month we should at least do one real vanilla watch. And then we come back and we record usually around the beginning of every month to discuss this.
We will sometimes have guests, but not often.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not going to try to do guests every month anymore. That's just exhausting. It's too hard.
It's a lot
We
of
have
people
Alan
to find.
here to help us.
Heyo.
But,
It's good.
Is that, so
I
that
feel like
is
you
that
get a
is
good
it.
balance.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about
that?
Double Face.
Who's that? Is that Double Face?
Double Face.
movie as well.
What'd you think, Double Face?
I liked the part with the sexy man-child scientist. He reminded me of a young old me.
Sexy man.
No.
He was in his
You're gonna get us canceled, Double Face.
He was 20s.
I will
He's
get us
old.
canceled when I start releasing the pictures of my anus.
Oh my god, Double Face. No one wants to see your hemorrhoids, man.
Everyone wants to see my hemorrhoidal anus.
Turtle
All right.
Post Hole 24. Let's go.
Alright, thanks everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Successful podcast over.
All right, all you turtos and turtettes. That's the show. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.